vote for myself just for connection issues. All right, so welcome. Again, we are part of the Higher Education Legal Services team. Perk about our team is that you can now schedule online. If you do have any immigration matters that pertain to you or to somebody you know, you can actually assist them with scheduling, whether it's a loved one, student, staff, or faculty. You can go ahead and share the link, or you can help them schedule online with us. We'll go over that as well a little bit later. So today's agenda, we're going to give a little introduction of who we are as a higher education legal service team. We'll show you how to schedule online, like I just spoke about. We'll give some resources and talk about our sister program, which is the San Diego Rapid Response Network. And then again, we'll open up for some Q&A. Thank you again for inviting us. We really appreciate this and getting the word out to best assist your students, staff, and faculty. So as I said, my name is Heidi, and I am the program coordinator and immigration case manager at Jewish Family Services San Diego. Veronica Ayesta is my supervisor, and she has also been with Jewish Family Service for a long time. We are your facilitators for today's session. Again, this session is to kind of give you clarity on who we are as a program and introduce you to us if you've never heard of us before. So just a little quick icebreaker, if you can mention in the chat, if you know any of the service types that our program offers. So if you can just, I'll give about a minute. I'll turn on some tunes. If you could just please, again, list any services that you think we do or that you might have heard that we assist with.
And that is great, Rodrigo. We're going to cover that, but we just wanted to give opportunity to see what we're already building up. But look, that is going to be a great new audience.
Thank you, Veronica. I see that my music is not working. So let me go ahead and fix that really quick. Forgot to share sound. I will be sharing a video, so I'm just adjusting the music really quick as well. Thumbs up if you can hear this. Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy that we have a bunch of newbies. This definitely allows us to get the word out and who we are and how we can assist the wider community as well. Thank you. Yeah, no shame in being newbies. This is amazing, a great opportunity, and so happy to be a part of sharing with you all. Okay, so I lost you all. Oops, perfect. Here we go. So now we'll go into who we are and what we can serve on your campus. So JFS is legal support for students, staff, and faculty and their immediate family members on your campus. We also assist other campuses broadly across San Diego and the Imperial Valley community. So we definitely are including, or sorry, we're not limited to these services. We do help with a lot of other services. Some are listed here: DACA, family-based petitions, removal defense, asylum, U visas, special immigrant juvenile status, advanced parole, naturalization, and a plethora of background checks for filing purposes. Again, like I mentioned, it's not just consultations for immigration. We're also here to do presentations like this for the community and for programs across the board. We're also here to do Know Your Rights sessions. We're really here to answer any questions you might have about the current immigration process, any updates, and honestly, to just keep the community informed of the processes that have happened in the immigration system. Immigration is forever changing. It's always up and down. It's a big roller coaster. So we're here to make that more clear for everyone on campus. Again, these are free services that are available to you. They're available to students, staff, faculty, and their immediate family members. I do want to note that the USCIS fees do not apply here, meaning the application fees that the federal government requests are not applicable to the free services. Although we do have funding, we do make sure that whoever is getting the consultation is thoroughly evaluated. And if they do need financial assistance, we do have that available. It's just not guaranteed. So again, this is just a little bit of a breakdown of what we offer as a program at the Higher Education Legal Service team. We do have the free services as mentioned in the slide before. We also promise that our legal services are confidential and of no cost for college affiliates. Again, this does not include USCIS fees, but it does include your consultation and the process moving forward. So there will be no fees for form filing, for signatures, for meeting with you. Let's say you require a few follow-ups. We are there to help you, again, at no cost. And the perk, as mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, is that you're able to make these appointments online. And another perk of that is, as you will see in the video moving forward, that although we serve your campus, I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I only get that Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have all the schools mixed up today. But although we offer 2 days available, quote unquote, on campus, we're also here to be as a hub for these services. So let's say Monday or Wednesday does not work for you, you can select another campus and we can definitely help you. So don't let any of the financial or scheduling issues deter you from scheduling. We're here to help and
Hello, SDSU.
that went quicker then. So now we'll see how the appointment services work and how you can use our website to schedule and how you can use it as a hub, as I just explained.
Students, staff, and faculty. Please locate our legal services on your very own Undocumented Resource Center website. Once you've made it to the website, click on Programs and Events, which will direct you to services provided by the Undocumented Resource Center. By clicking on Legal Services, you will be redirected to request an appointment with our higher education legal service team via our online scheduler. Please choose a date and time that works best for you. If a date and time you prefer is not available, please contact us directly by calling 858-637-3345 or by emailing hellsimmigration@jfssd.org.
Awesome. And again, if you cannot get to the Undocumented Resource Center, you can website, you can just go directly to our website, which is www.jfssd.org/hills. And you can schedule directly on there as well. So here, Veronica will kind of go through what to expect at an appointment with our team. Again, we'll have a little bit of a Q&A. I know we're giving a lot of information. We're going to have a pause after this, and we'll go ahead and clear up any questions you may have.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you, Heidi, for this information. And we're very excited to be meeting new staff at San Diego State. Thank you, Cynthia, for opening this door for us. As I was preparing for the meeting today, I was browsing through your website, and I saw that a lot of the work that you do actually may have some intersections that we can work together. So this was more inspiring even to get this conversation going. Just backtracking a little bit, because I know that you're not familiar, you may not even be familiar with what is JFS. So Jewish Family Service is an organization that provides an array of social work and services. It's not only immigration that we do, but we also provide a food pantry. We have a safe parking program. We have breaking down barriers, that is like bringing awareness of mental health in the community, and is focusing on youth. We have Project Sarah to help victims of domestic violence. We have a positive parenting program that has been really important during pandemic, giving tools to the parents to cope with the kids at home. So again, if you go to the website that I posted in the chat, www.jfssd.org, you can access all our services, not just the services for immigration. And Higher Education Legal Services is a program that started from the state, from California State, like bridging with the higher education community to bring these services on campus. Our program actually covers community colleges and CSUs. We're with Heidi and Maria, we're the staff that is assigned to covering the portion for the San Diego State University and San Marcos. And our services are not only for San Diego, but also for Imperial Valley. So I know that San Diego State has also a campus, like a satellite location in Imperial Valley. So we're always looking forward to also connect with them to bring the services to that campus as well. Since the pandemic, all our services move virtual. So we're keeping our consultations in Zoom. And then I will start so once you go to our website and you choose the appointment tab that works for you, we can move forward with the rest of the consultation. The 2 days that they're assigned, so if you go to the website and you click your campus and you put San Diego State, you will see that 2 days will pop up as your option. And those days are Mondays and Tuesdays. If you see that those 2 days are not going to work with you, you're welcome to change the campus location to San Marcos, and that will open up Wednesday and Thursday. So you can actually access any of the 4 days of the week to make the appointment work. One thing that we really treasure and we're focusing is in confidentiality. And as you may be aware, being singled out as being undocumented, it's something that we're trying to avoid. So that's what every time we're trying to promote the services, to try to access the students that we know they may need the service, but they are not coming up front. So that's why this confidentiality and the appointments being totally online. So this student, faculty, and staff can go directly to the website. They don't have to go and talk and see anyone else. So they will just go directly to the website. They make the appointment, and the appointment goes directly to JFS. And we don't share the information. Even if, for example, Cynthia knows and promotes our services and she knows that someone will be coming to make the appointment, we do not share that information. We do not report back to Cynthia saying, oh, this person came or not. Everything is kept confidential and private. And that's what we explain also when we start the appointment, so that everything is privileged. Again, all our consultations have been online via Zoom, and we have not encountered so far any student that were not able to access that information. If they're not able to have access to Zoom, we're also able to conduct the consultations via phone. So that has been working as well. What is a legal consultation? So I would like to see some ideas there, like when you say, go and make an appointment to see us, how you think we can help you? What are the things you think we can be hearing or helping you or guiding you? Or if you have to refer students, what will be the things you think we can help you with? Let's see. Yes, so some of the things that we can do. So we can tell you what are your rights. So we can explain to you, if you're stopped by ICE, these are the steps you need to follow to protect your rights. Or if there's someone knocking at the door and they say they're ICE and they want to go into your house, what are the steps you need to take to protect yourself and your family? So that's one of the pieces we can do. We can also answer questions and bring down misinformation, because many of the community has been reading information that is not right, or they trust the notario because it's the trusted neighbor that is in the corner. So they trust that person more than they will do legal services. So one of the things that we do is that we try to make sure that all the information we're provided is something that is reliable. And what we try to do is try to break down this information in pieces that will be easy to understand. We have clients that, for example, college students, they turn 21, they are the citizens, and they want to bring mom or dad to do an adjustment. And sometimes it's difficult for them to understand that even though, yes, they have by the book, they may be able to bring mom or dad because they're now 21 years old and they're US citizens. Maybe the immigration history of either mom or dad may be presenting some issues that may need to be fixed before that application can move forward. So we explain about the rights, we advise on next steps, and most important, we can file the paperwork for them. So our services are free of charge, not only for providing the consultation, but also for filing the case. So we can help green card renewals, we can help with citizenship applications, we can help with family petitions, we can help with all those cases. Lately, what we have seen most is DACA. So Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. We've been doing renewals since 2017, and recently we also started doing initial DACAs. I don't know if you have seen students that they're ready to move forward or they were like willing to know about DACA. Do you interact directly with students? So this is mostly for faculty and staff. Faculty here, okay. So as faculty, you have access also to your different groups of students. So maybe it's important, yeah. So staff and faculty. So it's going to be key then for you if you're able to provide these services to the students. And again, coming and identifying yourself as undocumented is not something that is going to be easy or even like doable. So having the information ready available so they can just go at home and just go and connect with us is very important and key. So if you can please, maybe, I don't know, like follow us in Instagram or make sure that you have the information ready available for someone that maybe they're needing the service and they're not coming forward someone that is needing of this service. At each of our appointments, we're going to do a thorough screening to make sure that you're not qualifying for any other immigration relief. For example, there's a U visa for you, there's a traffic visa, there's an asylum claim. So we will screen for all possible relief. And if you have any paperwork, we're going to be requesting you to be ready to provide that paperwork. So that's basically what to expect at our appointments. And again, our consultations are very thorough. They're like an hour and a half. And the services are not only available for faculty and staff and students, but also for immediate family members. So parents, siblings, spouses, all can also, and siblings, they can all apply also for our services for free. And that has been very interesting for example, for DACA initials, when the parents are undocumented, they're also sitting in and they're also more comfortable talking to us and maybe even moving forward with their cases. So one other service that we can offer, it's FOIAs. So FOIAs are documents that we can present, for example, to CBP or to USCIS, that they're like the different organizations that they have information on immigration interactions. So when someone is ready to file a claim in immigration, they would like to see, for example, if there were prior deportations. For many clients, the fact that they were trying to enter and they were sent back doesn't mean much, but for immigration, that can mean that they have a expedited the removal order, or there's something in their file that will come up when they're ready to move forward. So we always make sure that we also offer that service and we explain why and when that will apply. And I think we're ready to go to the next slide, Heidi.
So here we have a little bit of a video that we'd love to share. This is basically describing how we can be better allies on campuses. I know that sometimes it's difficult as a student to gain an excuse or, tell your teacher, faculty, staff that you need to miss class, miss a test because you have to be a part of a legal matter. For example, sometimes folks are getting appointments where they can't reschedule or they have to go do biometrics, and sometimes they're not comfortable sharing that information. So this video kind of allows us to see what we can do as allies to better include and destigmatize their situation.
And that also not only applies for immigration, but also if you may have a family matter as well.
Next month, the Supreme Court will hear arguments on the Obama-era program called Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, which has protected hundreds of thousands of individuals, also known as Dreamers. They were brought to the U.S. by their parents illegally when they were children. The issue before the court is whether the Trump administration acted legally when it sought to terminate the program in 2017. Since then, DACA has been closed to new enrollees. Hari Srinivasan recently traveled to Ohio to speak with DACA students about their experiences. It's the latest in our special series on rethinking college, and it's part of our regular education segment, Making the Grade.
After you've decided on what you want to study, you have to review the literature.
Like many college students, 19-year-old Jimmy Rodriguez has a lot on his plate. He's taking a full course load this semester at Lorain County Community College in Ohio. In the evenings, he practices with the school's soccer team. But unlike most of his peers, Rodriguez is pursuing a degree and a future in a country he may one day be forced to leave.
I know there are a couple of things I wanted to follow up with you on, and that is your paperwork for the DACA.
Rodriguez is a DACA beneficiary. His parents brought him to the U.S. from Mexico in 2002 when he was a year and a half old. He's never been back to Mexico.
DACA means the world to me. I'm able to get a job, a normal job, get my license, almost like a citizen, but not fully yet.
He wants to be the first person in his family to graduate from college, but those plans were almost derailed last year when he and his father, who is also undocumented, were caught up in a federal ICE raid while working at a garden center. Jimmy's dad caught some of the raid on his cell phone.
And they told her to shut up, to stop talking, that we were all illegal.
Because he was protected by DACA, Rodriguez was released, but his father was detained for several months. He's out now and has been given a temporary work permit while he awaits his next immigration hearing.
It's always affected me since I found out I was undocumented. In school, in class, at work, at a game, thinking about your family, because you're not with them, so you're uncertain what's going to happen to them.
According to the Migration Policy Institute, about 98,000 Dreamers graduate from high school each year in the U.S. Many enter the workforce right away, but it's estimated 20% of DACA beneficiaries are enrolled in college. On a recent afternoon, as Ohio State University fans cheered on their football team, a small student group met nearby to discuss their goals for the upcoming school year.
Who would we be targeting in the education systems?
The four leaders of the newly formed Student Community of Progressive Empowerment organization, which advocates for undocumented students, are all protected by DACA.
There are these kids that would have applied for it, but can't, so they're undocumented.
19-year-old Liz is a junior majoring in civil engineering. She prefers to go only by her first name due to concerns about her family's safety. Liz has lived in Ohio since she came to the U.S. from Mexico when she was 1.
Let's continue our discussion on structure B.
She's been on the dean's list and has a 3.7 grade point average. That type of academic performance would help most students get financial aid, but not Dreamers.
The number one challenge that we face is a lack of financial aid. As DACA students, we don't get federal financial aid and a lot of public scholarships.
How are you financing your education?
A lot of my education is financed with my own money. I work part-time as a server. I've been working since I was 16 to save up for college. Other than that, I've had a handful of private scholarships.
Like most Dreamers, Liz had to apply as an international student, but Ohio allows DACA recipients to qualify for in-state tuition if they meet residency requirements. 23 other states and the District of Columbia have laws or university system policies that allow undocumented students to qualify for in-state tuition. Liz wants to become an engineer, but she says it can be hard to stay focused when faced with the possibility of deportation.
It's a lot of anxiety knowing that you might not graduate. You have this long-term goal, but it's not certain. You can't work harder and get it. You can't study harder and get it. It's just completely out of your control.
It's not just undergrads who are concerned.
You're hoping to build a database that researchers can use to fight cancer?
Yes.
22-year-old Han Gill is a DACA recipient who's applying for PhD programs while working at a lab on campus. The recent Ohio State grad, who also prefers to go only by her first name, was born in Korea and has been in the U.S. since the age of 4. She and other DACA beneficiaries must reapply every 2 years.
The programs I'm looking into are minimum 5 years, and reapplying costs money. It's hard for me to have any confidence in what I'm gonna do in the future when I can't even have the basics of knowing if I'm even going to be here or not.
Those kinds of concerns are all too common for undocumented students, says Yolanda Zepeda. She's Assistant Vice Provost in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion at Ohio State University.
What I find is our students have to work a lot of hours in order to just pay for their schooling. That can very much extend the time to degree. And I've seen students who start out very enthused and very determined, and over time they just get tired.
Ohio State University does not disclose the number of enrolled DACA students, and many Dreamers choose not to reveal their status. But there are campus programs aimed at giving them support.
A lot of it is taking your own initiative to make sure that undocumented student concerns are getting into the daily life of the university.
Around 300 faculty, staff, and students have participated in a voluntary training program to become allies for undocumented students. Ohio State language professor Anna Babel is leading the effort.
They can run into problems with court dates if they have a court date and they don't want to tell their professor what's going on in their life. Maybe it conflicts with an exam or with a required class period. Many language departments traditionally have requirements for study abroad, and undocumented students just can't do that.
As Ohio State and other schools try to help Dreamers, they're aware that immigration policy is contentious. They also know that there are many who want to end DACA and support the Trump administration's efforts to do so.
I think President Trump acted correctly in ending the program.
Hans von Spakowski is a senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation in D.C., a conservative think tank. He has concerns, among other things, about universities giving in-state tuition to undocumented students.
Federal immigration law doesn't ban colleges and universities, state ones, from providing in-state tuition to aliens who are here illegally, but it does say that if they do that, they have to provide in-state tuition to citizens who are from other states. That provision has never been enforced by the U.S. Justice Department.
While the political battles are being fought, life goes on at universities for now. Civil engineering major Liz is keeping focused on her studies.
For me, my number one goal is to do as much as I can and try as hard as I can to graduate. And I'll do that until the last second that I can.
Liz, Jimmy, Han Gill, and many other Dreamers across the U.S. will be waiting anxiously for the Supreme Court's decision on DACA, expected by next summer. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Hari Srinivasan in Columbus, Ohio.
I know that was a lot to take in, but as Veronica mentioned, it is a little bit outdated. That was from December 2020, but this definitely shows the struggles that undocumented students or documented students are going through on your campus as well. The scenarios have not changed much. Again, that fear is still instilled. So we want to open up the floor and kind of see what ideas you all have and how we can collaborate with you and SDSU, how we can improve our processes, how we can assist students, your staff and your faculty with what you know of our program as a higher education legal services team, and what we can progress in, what we can do to improve, and what we should try next. And also, if you have any questions, this is the perfect time.
And feel free to, we can unmute you as well if you want to just speak. I think it will be very rich. I don't know, Jennifer, but
yeah, everyone can unmute themselves. So please, everyone, feel free to throw things in the chat, or you can raise your hand if you want, but you should also be able to just unmute, and we're a pretty small group. So I guess I have one question about what you see as barriers to students, or I guess anyone accessing your services. Is it that people don't know about it? Do you think people are hesitant to take advantage because they don't trust that it'll be confidential? I'm just curious what we can do to sort of promote that and ensure that students are actually getting to you.
So I think that's a great point. And again, the fact that, for example, we came today to a meeting where many of the staff was not even aware that these free legal services was available to everyone is a good sign, like, hey, let's start really seriously spreading the word. So I think maybe like if each organization center can have like a little link or follow us. So when we post, the information is shared, because we also have workshops and seminars that may be able to help the students to get information, and then they're like less threatened. I know that for someone, like meeting with an attorney or meeting with a representative can be daunting, and they may have to open up about things that they're not ready. Some of the kids, like we have many stories, like we have people just open up about domestic violence situations at home. If you're under 21, you may qualify for a special immigrant juvenile status. So your incoming class may have other options coming up. We have students like just realizing when we requested the birth certificate that the person they thought it was their father is not the real father. We have students that they have to see with their parents because they need to apply for DACA and they need to go back to their immigration history, and that's where they learn things that they were not aware of. So we know that this is a very trusting process of coming and talking with someone that you're not even meeting in person right now. It's just a virtual presence. So I think maybe the information coming from you, that you are with them, you're closer to them, you're from their campus, may be, again, very helpful. So I think making sure that you have the information from our program to help us further well would be great. We would appreciate that.
Definitely, I agree with what Veronica said, and I also think that collaborating is a great key to letting the campus know that we are here. Whether it be, we join a presentation in the future with students, staff, and faculty, just to give a quick hello. I know that as much as we've been doing these presentations, it really helps having a collaboration with someone on campus to give that trust and let them know that, you know us, we know you, and we're here to help. This isn't a business, it's a social service. It's something that we're here to do and be allies and do our best to help.
And also, like, because now the service is also open to meet their family members, maybe it's not the student itself, or maybe it's their parents, or maybe their siblings, so they can access this trusted information. We have, especially in the Hispanic population, many, they don't want to go and get the COVID shot, although they qualify, because they're afraid of immigration enforcement. Just making sure that we are helping to access services. And like taking those myths and misinformation down, that will help.
Hi, I actually wanted to follow up on that thing about accessing other services and sort of what kind of support you, let me just turn on my camera. What kind of, because yeah, as you mentioned, sometimes, and I've seen that with students who sort of disclose to me their undocumented status, and they don't want to access things like food stamps or medical, even though they are, eligible, because, they are concerned about immigration. They're also concerned, like some of them are in the process of maybe getting their green card. And because of this rule that the Trump administration put, that, if you had access to these services, you were not eligible for them. Even I think this is no longer the case, right? Well, I don't know, probably. Whoever knows still
murky, it's changing.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So I was wondering if you also sort of provide the support to access those kind of services like food stamps or medical and stuff like that. And what is the best way? Like, should they start with meeting with legal services, and then from there, once they clarify their questions, accessing all these other services, or maybe it's the other way around? I don't know what you think is best to convince the students that this is something that they are entitled to and that they should make use of.
That's actually a great question. We've been noticing that coming up lately, like greatly, also because they have the program to support with rent as well. So the rent support, like they're very concerned that accessing those services right now will affect their immigration case. And it's still unclear, but one thing that we want to clarify is that public charge does not apply to every immigration situation. It's just to very specific cases that will apply. And it's not for all the assistance that you receive. And we're actually going to have a workshop specifically touching on this issue because we've been seeing this really coming as a repetitive thing. In terms of what we can do. So what we can do at our consultation is assess individually because again, this information, the things we're saying today and the things that we said in the workshops are not legal advice, but it's just legal information. For providing legal advice, we have to meet with this client and just assess individually what are the things that may affect their case, because maybe, yeah, they're like, they may have some issues about like public charge, but most of the time they can access those services. So what we do in our consultations, just we go over it and we offer the different responses for the different benefits they may want to access. And what we don't do is that we don't enroll them in medical. So we don't have that ability to do that, but we can refer them to the places where they can go after they have the legal question answer.
All right, thank you so much. It's going to be very helpful.
Hi, my name is Liz Reed, and I work with our military and veteran community here at SDSU. And one of the challenges for us is that we know we have those who serve in the military in exchange for citizenship, and that promise is not always fulfilled. Do y'all have any? I think what's challenging for us is we don't have data on that. You know, we don't know the degree to which that impacts our population, or even if it's very rare, you know, we as a center aren't familiar with how to help those students. So it's great to know that this resource is available, but do you have any kind of, I don't know, anecdotal experience about working with military to help them kind of, you know, get that benefit that they were promised?
Yes, thank you, Lisa, and thank you for what you're doing. We do work very closely actually with military families. We have some kind of like direct referral from one of the bases in North County. And we're all familiar with doing, for example, parole in place. That is something that is just specific for families in the military. And our services are definitely, if they qualify for higher education legal services, they can apply through this service. But if not, they can also access our services through our general immigration services. And Heidi, if we can type that number there, that would be great. Because again, JFS, Jewish Family Service, has a whole immigration program. And that immigration program does removal defense. We have now the shelter and all the new asylum families. We do affirmative services, and we have higher education legal services. We all interact with each other, but if they don't qualify specifically for the free legal services for health, they can apply for our affirmative services program. So yes, please refer them. We're very familiar with working with military families. The service they provided to the country is incredible. And we also have the food pantry helping many military families. We have a diaper program as well. And so we have other social services to support the legal matter. And what we do in the consultation is that if we see that there are other needs that are not being met, we can cross-refer to these other services. So we can provide them a referral for the food pantry, for the diaper program. Sometimes they are like under some type of stress, so we can refer them also to that program as well. So I don't know if that answers Liz the question.
No, that's fantastic. and we know that there's need among our population for, food support, diapers, family support services. So it's nice to know that that is all inclusive. Thank you.
I had kind of a general question. So I work with a lot of students, and some come with questions who are undocumented, but when the new students come in, say freshmen or transfers, and I see that they are undocumented, they don't say anything, or they may, oh, I'm not eligible for this. Are there certain things we should ask? I don't want to be intrusive saying, oh, have you done this? Have you done this? Or just refer you, well, look at this resource to see what you're eligible for, and not assume they need certain things. I'm just, I kind of want to be able to welcome them into our, Aztec family, but also offer them services, but not be like, I assume you need all this,
That's a great question. Maybe that's a good question for you as a team also, to make sure that how you're addressing that, and we can even learn from you from that technique. That's what we're showing the program, because it's so difficult. We have students in our consultations that they never identify as undocumented with their friends. And they just come to us and they say, hey, I need help, but because the siblings were born here, so they don't identify themselves with the friends or peers as undocumented. So we know and we're aware this is a stigma, and they may not want to open up with you. So that's why having like a list of resources where you're just naming different things, and you can just mention these services. So if you click here, you can access this type of thing, but just like a nonchalant, like just going over. And if you see that they show more interest, maybe move forward, but never kind of push it, but just say, hey, we have this available. This is the Instagram account. You can just follow there, and you can check this website and see if there's anything that interests you, and see how it goes. And again, this is an area where we're trying to learn from you as educators on how to better work at it.
If I may, Cynthia Torres here. What I usually do is, virtually it's a little bit challenging, but Veronica has a really good background with the butterflies. But in the office spaces, we have things to demonstrate that we're allyship, but having, as she mentioned, the resources and saying, well, I'm not sure if you can benefit from this, or if you know someone who can. So you're not saying, I know you are, or I think you are, but maybe you know someone who can. These are some resources, and it would be really beneficial to maybe go and make an appointment with them, and then maybe you can bring in your parents afterwards, so that they can kind of feel like, okay, I can go kind of check it out, and then if needed, my family can come as well. So kind of in a roundabout way, but not directly. At least that's what I have done in the past.
That's great, Cynthia. Thank you.
And Heidi brought a very good point, like visual art. I know that, for example, for domestic violence, wearing a pin shows that you're a safe person, that they can open up to you. Just having that little thing that they will like make them feel at home, and they may be able to open up and move forward. And again, our services are not just limited for Hispanic families. We're open to everyone, and we have some language ability. So don't have that as a deterrent of like referring people, because we are like non-denominational also. So it's not just for Jewish families. We have some people that are, well, no, I cannot access because I'm not Jewish, and it's not. So we're open to everyone in the community.
And I forgot to introduce myself. I apologize. My name is Cynthia Torres. I'm the director of our Undocumented Resource Center. I haven't had the pleasure to meet everybody who's here today, but I am appreciative. And we have resources, and I'm actually working on tweaking our Undocu Ally training, which was live in person, and now obviously we have to go online. So I'm working on converting that to asynchronous, so that people have access and can become allies, so that we can give them a pin and some of the decor for their offices as well, and resources.
Any other final questions? I know we're just about out of time, but there has been so much good information here. If Heidi, I'll also ask if you can send me your slides. I'll add those to the website along with the recording Any last questions or thoughts, comments people want to add?
I just want to thank Heidi and Veronica for taking time out of their day and what they do on a day-to-day basis. Our partnership with them has been really special, and it has helped a lot of students who would normally have to pay out of pocket or could be taken advantage of different community illegitimate organizations that prey upon immigrants not knowing or not being able to afford legal services. So I just want to say thank you to them for their hard work that they do on a day-to-day basis with all our community, and to the CIE for hosting today.
Yes, thank you very much. And like Cynthia said, there is those people that are out there to prey upon the community. So this is a great segue to show you that we do have our sister program, the San Diego Rapid Response Network. This is also some good information to just keep for those students, staff, or faculty members, even their family, if they are ever to witness immigration enforcement, checkpoints, raids. This is the hotline to call. They're definitely available to send someone out, a dispatcher basically, to make sure that they aren't being taken advantage of. And then again, we do know your rights, so we can definitely keep these resources. I'll send them over to you, Jennifer, so you can share this widely as well. But thank you so much again for inviting us. This is an amazing time to get to know you all and get to know some more questions that we haven't heard before, and how we can better help the community. For example, the military, I think that we could do better there in getting those services readily available for them. Our next presentation is what it means to be documented for next Thursday, March 11th. I'll share this information again via email. Please register. It's awesome. And it'll give you just a glimpse of what you can refer your students to if necessary, or what the next steps would be if they are documented or undocumented.
Thank you both. Thank you, Cynthia, for the work you're doing as well. And thank all of you who attended today. I know it's busy time, and especially right now. So thank you all for taking some time, and all of this information will be on the website as well.
Thank you. And do not hesitate to reach out. I just put my email there. So any questions, and if you're in doubt of like, this is like something that you can help with, please, we're available. Thank you.
Answer a survey, that would be great. Thank you.